What's good, my brothers? Appreciate y'all being in the joint. It's your man King Ray Ray back in the building again, repping one more time with some real talk. Now, y'all bear with me here, man, cause my mic is it be tripping sometime, man. We should be good for right now. I appreciate y'all joining me, man. As you can see, we got one heck of a title today, man. We gonna talk about 5 weaknesses that a man should overcome, master even before even thinking about women. You see, I did a show last night, man, and I talked about the incel. And I thought about it, man, and I was like, well, what exactly is the incel? The incel is a guy who hasn't mastered any level of life, but feels like he deserves the same treatment, the same thrills and frills as a man who has mastered the majority of his life, if not all of it. You see, this is the thing. Everything in life is a reward and a blessing, or it's a curse and a punishment. That's just what it is. Rewards, just like punishments, are earned. Blessings, just like curses, are earned. So you as a man have to be willing to earn your blessings. The same way you have to be willing to avoid earning your curses. And we're going to talk about these things, man. Now, I always say five, but I got more than five. But five is a good number to put in the title. You say how many you got for real, people it turn people off. So now, first, two things I want to tell you about. I was going to talk about having your woman follow you and why she's following you, but the results are negative, but she's still following you. But I decided that's a totally that's for a separate video. I won't even include that in this one because that's a standalone video in itself. And I can put the title out there because I'm the only one that can explain it to you on this platform. SJ3, my brother, what's good with you, man? Got half of the mod squad in the building. And I also thought about talking about how to lead a woman. But that too deserves a separate, dedicated video. But what I will talk to you about is the 5 weaknesses every man should master before he even thinks about a woman. If you haven't mastered these things, you have no right to complain about not being able to get no attractive, beautiful, even gorgeous women. You can't complain about that. Every man doesn't deserve attractive women, just like every man doesn't deserve to be rich, just like every man doesn't deserve to be fit. Every man doesn't deserve these things. You only deserve what you're willing to work for. And guess what? The only things you're willing to work for are the things you really, really want. So any man who's complaining about women, but he has not improved any area of his life and damn sure hasn't mastered any, that man don't really want no women. He just find a reason to cry. Well, they got the women. How come I ain't got the women? All the women wanted somebody with some money. Well, get some money. You may not be able to get the money, the women that the richest man can get, but you can get a woman who want a man who got some money. Well, they just want a man who's fit. Okay, well, stop putting all that crap in your body and get yourself to the gym, man. Work out. Work out at home. Do something. Go walking. Do something. Ride a bike. Do something. But there aren't many men who've got all of the areas of their lives under control and they still complain about, man, I sure can't get no women, folk. I can't get no women. See, because this is the thing. A man who got his money right, who ain't got his body right and wants some women, he'll just pay them. You know what I'm saying? That's where tricks come from. Tricks are men who can't get women without paying them, so they pay them. The incel is a guy who has no money to pay a woman. He has no physicality to turn a woman on. He has no mouthpiece to talk a woman out of her drawers. He has nothing going for himself, but he still sick and complains about something that he's not working toward. So let's get into these things, man. The first thing is this. And this is something that you have to understand. If you're bad at managing money, you need to take care of that before you can even think about anything about women. Because just like we want women to look good, they want us to look good too. And it's not even about what they want, it's about what they're attracted to. The same way you're attracted to a good looking woman, a well dressed woman, a woman who smells good, well, guess what? A woman is attracted to the same thing, bruh. And if you ain't got no money, you can't make none of that happen. Even if you're a minimalist, it takes money to be a minimalist. All a minimalist means is that you don't spend as much money as everybody else. It don't mean you don't spend no money. It don't mean you don't dress nice. It just means you don't spend as much money as everybody else. You don't have to buy the most expensive thing. But minimalists dress nice, man. Hey, man, you can be a well-dressed minimalist. But if you ain't got no money, you can't be a well-dressed nothing. You can be a bum. And a dude that look like a bum and dress like a bum, hey, man, you ain't got no business even thinking no attractive woman gonna have nothing to do with you, bruh. Come on, man. This is the thing you got to understand. People always go with their best option. No one goes with their worst option, bruh. You know, it's the end of the college football season now, man. The pro football season about to be over as well. There was a team that already fired their coaches and everything, man. And you know, man, there's a lot of coaching jobs that were available. And you know what happened? Nobody took the Cleveland Browns job yet. You know why? Because it's everybody's worst option. Cleveland always gets the coach that falls to them. All the other teams get, it doesn't matter how bad another team is. The Giants is a terrible situation to be in, I think. They got Saquon, they got a couple of pieces over there, but I think their ownership is not very good. And their fan base is not going to be very supportive of anybody except Eli Manning right now. But I say this to you. It's a better job than the Cleveland Browns. It's the same way everybody in life functions. Nobody relies on their worst option. Even if your best option gets away from you, you still go with a higher option than your worst option. And if you dress like a bum and you look raggedy and you ain't got no paper and you drive a busted whip or you don't drive no whip at all, man, and you don't take care of your hygiene, man, and your teeth all jacked up in your mouth, man, and your hair all beady, and you ain't got sense enough that if you got a bald spot to shave that shit off or get you a hair treatment or something, if you ain't got sense enough to do none of that, man, this is the thing. We as men understand the things that women are attracted to. If you want to be attractive to women, then you make yourself attractive to women. If you don't want to be attractive to women or make yourself attractive to women, stop damn complaining about them. But any of these things, you need paper. If you ain't got no paper, and if you got paper and you bad at managing paper, man, let me tell you something. The goal for every man, and this is the goal. Anything above this, just keep going. Don't never stop. I ain't telling you to stop here. But the goal for every man is not to make 6 figures a year. It's to keep 6 figures a year. The goal for every man is to bring home, after all expenses, 6 figures a year. Not make 6 figures, not make 100,000 and then spend 80,000 on bills. That's not the goal. The goal is to clear, after all expenses are paid, clear 6 figures a year. That's the goal. Now, how are you gonna get to that goal if you ain't even thinking about no money? If you ain't thinking twice about no money, I ain't even worried about it. See, we're not going to keep skipping over the fact that if you want a good life in this society, man, you got to get some paper. If you ain't got no money, your life ain't going to be good. Bottom line. That's just the truth of the matter, man. Elijah Jones II, appreciate $10 super chat, brother. Brother say blessing us with the ism. No doubt, brother. Appreciate it. Another thing is this, man. If you got poor health and wellness, brother, I'm going to be honest with you. And this is the reality of it. And this may hurt some people's feelings. You might be able to get away with it if you young and fat. If you young and fat, you still got youth on your side. You understand? You still got youth on your side. If you're young and fat, you might be able to get away with it. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you in your mid-30s, early 40s, late 40s, 50s, and you fat, homie, it's over for you. Ain't no fat 50-year-old man finna have no woman worth having, man. You just ain't finna have her, bro. You can hang up the whole young tender thing, man, unless you got the money. If you got money, if you got the first thing, if you good with money, you got money, you manage it well. See, money ain't even about making money as much as it's about managing money. It's about managing money. So with me, hey man, I've always lived in fly places. For me, man, and I talk about this either on the membership tier, man, or on Patreon, somewhere private, man, because I don't want I don't share my business with the public, with the world, man. But man, listen, I prefer to live somewhere fly, and I prefer to live in all 50 states. I don't want to be stuck in one state for too long because there's too much beauty around here. Too many beautiful women, too many beautiful environments. You know what I'm saying? Too much water, too much wildlife. It's just too much beauty in the United States, man, to find myself stuck in the same place year after year after year after year. But So I may want to stay somewhere looking over the city. Let's say me in New York, man, I'm probably gonna have to spend at least 7,500 a month. You know what I'm saying? To really be where I want to be. That's like I ain't been in New York yet. That's like I ain't tried to live in New York, man. I can't. I ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna try to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. But what I'll do is I'll just scale that back from other things. You know what I'm saying? That's what minimalist living is about. Minimalist living is about the things you really want, you pay for those things. And then everything else you scale back on it so you don't end up flushing all your money out on a whole bunch of things. And that may have been a very ambitious number. 7,500 may have been a very ambitious number, but at least five. At least five, for sure. So it's talking about like even like buying a crib, bro. If I'm gonna buy a crib to live in, bro, that boy gonna be at the very least mini mansion. You understand? Because if I buy it to live in, like live in long term. Now, for me, now I do believe in buying a few properties, living in one of them while you get the other ones ready for sale or for rent or that. Then bam, move out of that one, get it ready for sale or rent. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a family home. That's something totally different, man. But what we're talking about now is being able to manage your money so you can live the best quality life that you want to and not be broke doing it. There's plenty of men out here living fabulous lives. When you look at it from the outside, they got this nice crib, they got these nice whips. Everybody in the crib got these whips. Their old lady wasn't there but the finest fashions. They wasn't there but the finest fashions. Their children wasn't there but the finest fashions. They go to the most prestigious schools in the world, man. Listen, man, they got somebody to do everything, man. They got somebody there. They got one man to cut the grass, another man to trim the hedges. And you know what? The boy living check to check. I'd rather have a quarter of that stuff and have a fat bank account and a nice portfolio. Another thing, man. So let's get back to the poor health and wellness. With the poor health and wellness, man, you just you cannot be out of shape and think that you're gonna. That you're gonna get. If you get far enough out of shape, your ass gonna turn into the invisible man. Shout out to C Bug. You're gonna turn into the invisible man. If you get out of shape enough and you ain't got no paper. See, this is the thing. The more out of shape you get, the more you have to dress yourself up. You find me a man that's out of shape or just got a bad build, he got to wear a bunch of fly stuff all the time. The better your body is, the less fly stuff you got to put on in order to look good. If your body is bad, you got to cover it up in fly stuff because women are not attracted to a bad built dude. That's just the bottom line, man. You got to have some paper or one hell of a personality, man, to be a bad built dude. You got to have confidence that like you ain't a bad built dude. You got to have confidence like you ain't a broke dude. And very few men can be bad built and broke and then have the confidence like they paid with a nice physique. Very few men can pull that off. It takes a mind that's so ingrained into who you are internally. And we know we live in a society where the majority of men don't think about who they are internally. All they think about, man, is who likes them. All they think about is what women want. All they think about is what society dictates. And if they don't have those things, they lose confidence. We know that. So, and another thing about when we talk about poor health and wellness, we're not just talking about fitness. We're talking about health. We're talking about health, bruh. Do you understand, man, that you can't even be in places where bad young tenders at if you out of shape? If you out of shape, you ain't in the gym. If you out of shape, man, you ain't doing no five. But let me tell you something. You want to go somewhere, man, where a bunch of bad young chicks at, man, that really, really are interested in a man who's there. Go on one of these 5K or 10K run walks. You can run, walk, different people run, different people walk. Go on one of these 5K run for some type of charity. You know what I'm saying? And go out there with either some business cards or some water bottles with your company logo on it, bruh. Let me tell you something. And that's game right there. I should have saved that for Patreon right there. I really should have. I hate I gave that. I should have saved that I really should have saved that for the membership tier. But that's the type of game you're gonna get on the membership tier, man. You know what I'm saying? You join the membership, that's the type of game you're gonna get. Man, 5K runs are maybe so many bad chicks at 5K runs. Boy, I'm talking about all races, man. It don't even matter where you are. You could be in the South and there still be some bad chicks. Now, it's gonna be some chubsters in the South, but man, let me tell you something. 5K runs, 10K runs, man, go to these CrossFit events, man. Let me tell you something, bro. If you out of shape, you ain't gonna be at none of these places. None of these places, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. You ain't gonna be at none of these places. And that's real talk, man. And this is another thing, man. When it comes to health, you got to think about your overall energy level. Man, you just not gonna feel like getting up and go if you in bad health. You're not gonna feel like getting up and going, man. You're gonna be trying to, man, you're gonna be doing what you gotta do to make money, and you're gonna be going to the crib. You're gonna do more of what got you in poor health in the first place, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say even if you're in your 40s, 50s, man, and you, let's say you go to your doctor to get a checkup. If you go in there, man, and you morbidly obese, bro, man, you are ain't no man. Now one of them little doctor or nurse chicks in there, the nurse practitioner, no nobody in there, man, that's worth getting that, man, is even checking you, man. You invisible to them. But if you go in there, man, and you just finna go to your doctor and get a checkup, man, if that's what you do, and you go in there, man, and you fit, if the nurse come in there, man, and put the little bread, push the blood, the check your vitals, man, and your arm is ripped up, bruh, man, let me tell you something. Boy, you ain't never seen that until you seen the wet spot in the crotch of a woman's scrubs, bruh. Suddenly, after exasperated, you ain't never seen nothing like it, bro. You ain't never seen the where she acting like she can't fit the cuff on your arm. Now, I mean, of course, unless you ain't that big, she act like she can't fit the cuff around your arm, man, and she just got to touch your whole arm and all that, man. Come on, bro. And don't mess around and have some blood work, man. He has blood work, man, and she got to try to find a vein. Oh, man, she gonna ain't no vein in my tricep, shawty. But these are the type of things, this is the type of life that you can expect, man, if you take care of these weaknesses that you must master. And the reason why I say this, I'm not saying don't think about women. I'm saying you are not going to have any good result if you don't take care of these weaknesses, man. You have to cover these weaknesses, or your results are going to be bad. You understand? One more thing about poor health, man. Poor oral hygiene. Poor oral hygiene, bro. You can have the paper, you can have the physique, you can jump out the fly whip, you can live in the fly crib, you can own all the businesses on this particular street right here where you meet this woman at. But if you open your mouth, man, and your breath is humming, bro, it's over for you. It's over. You can't recover from humming breath, bro. You just can't recover from it. You don't get no second chance with humming breath because it's such a turnoff, man. You experienced it. You've been talking to a chick before, man, that would throw, man, bad, man. She opened her mouth, man, like she got about 3 busted teeth in her mouth, man. You've seen that. And it's not just about getting your damn teeth whitened, man. Because to be perfectly honest with you, and this is something else I'll share on the membership tier, man. Just some of these things to keep us out of this mindset of this Hollywood stuff. You know what I'm saying? Teeth whitening, getting your teeth whitened is Hollywood, bro. People do that for TV. Now it's just stretched out to everybody. Now, granted, if you're a social media presence, man, and which is the new TV, I can understand that. But you got just normal people out here, man, doing things that aren't really healthy, but appearance wise they work. But some people have to do them for their job, other people don't. But we'll talk about that on the membership tier as well, man. So, but man, everybody got to make sure you ain't humming, bro. You got to make sure you ain't humming. And the thing is, man, if you got teeth in your mouth, man, that's going bad, bro, go to the dentist. Go to the dentist, bro. Let me tell you something. You got to have some insurance right now. If not, they're killing you on the tax penalties. You got to have some insurance. I'm sure all of us have health insurance. If not, bro, it's too late now. It done lapsed on you. But, bro, get you some supplemental insurance, man. Get you some temporary insurance, man. Get you something, bro, to lighten the load so you can go take care of yourself, man. And another thing, once you get them fixed, eat the right things, man, so you don't bust them up again. Stop eating sugar. Stop crunching on hard shit like peanut butter. Boy, your teeth ain't made for that. Your teeth made to eat fruits and vegetables. A little bit of meat mixed in there. But your teeth, man, your teeth ain't meant to eat peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Your teeth ain't meant to eat jawbreakers. And your teeth ain't meant to eat now laters and now laters gumdrop jelly beans. Your teeth ain't meant to eat none of that, bruh. Take care of yourself internally. When you take care of yourself, you got to start from the inside out. The problem with most people, they want to start from the outside. And then if you take care of the outside and don't take care of the inside, you ain't going to worry about the inside because the outside looks so good. You got to take care of yourself from the inside. That's the definition of health and wellness. Taking care of yourself from the inside. Health is internal. You understand? Wellness is external. Well, when it starts to become external, it turns into wellness. But it starts off as internal health, man. I mean, you have got to go, man, and you got to do these things, man. Now, I ain't saying, man, be running up in no doctor every time something wrong with you, man, because I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't trust the medical profession at all because they've never healed a thing. Now, if you need a surgery, that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? You bust up a leg or something, you need that thing to get right, that's something different. But I'm talking about, man, the other stuff, cures, medicines, come on, man, the medicine is in the food. Another thing is this, man, overall poor hygiene. Overall poor hygiene. Let me tell you something, man. Every man should have 4 colognes, 4 fragrances, 4 go-to fragrances. Now you can always try some new fragrances, but every man should have 4 go-to fragrances. And I'll tell y'all why on the membership tiers. When the membership tiers start, I'll share that information with you because it's a simple thing that most people don't talk about. Even the guys who talk about fragrances, they don't talk about this. Because just because a fragrance smells good doesn't mean it's for you. So, but every man should have at least 4. You understand what I'm saying? You should have 4 tiers of fragrance. And we'll talk about that. But overall, man, poor hygiene, bro. You got to take care of your hygiene. Man, it's as simple as this, bro. It's as simple as this. You know how easy it is to wake up in the morning on a Saturday morning and have to run to the store right quick because you realize you ain't got no almond milk or you don't have no agave nectar for your coffee or your tea, and you run to the store and you get up and go to the store without brushing your teeth, washing your face, even taking a shower. Do you know what that is? You know what that is. See, this is the thing, man. A first impression is a lasting impression. And in business, you never know who you're going to come in contact with. You never know when you're going to come across somebody who can make or break or who can make a difference in your life and where you're going. And you don't want to have a bad impression. So it don't matter, bro. I feel like Kanye. Now, I ain't going to go this far. The boy say, and I can't even go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. Man, listen. You have got to make sure that you are at the very least presentable every time you walk out the door. And the first part of that is with hygiene, because you can just throw on a t-shirt. You can just throw on some jeans, fresh pair of kicks, and run to the store right quick. But none of that matters if you ain't up on your hygiene. Because I'm going to be honest with you. We all know that even though your breath may be good at night, when you wake up in the morning, that's the worst point of your breath. Your breath is never as bad as it is when you wake up in the morning unless you eat some onions or garlic or something like that. But when we talking about under normal circumstances, your breath never hums like it hums. Let me tell you something. Your breath may be humming if you eat some onions. Your breath be singing in the morning compared to what it be doing in the other time. But you got to make sure that you up to par every time you hit the door, man. You just never know who you're gonna meet. You never know it, man. And the thing is, even if it's not offensive to them, you want to have the confidence. See, this affects your confidence. If you go somewhere and then let's say you're somewhere, man, and this man, I'll tell you what. I remember one time I had a little chick, man, and she man, she was at home in the country, man. Her folks live in the country in Alabama. I'm talking about the country, dirt roads. She was at a gas station, man, and this was years ago, man. This is when I think Ross was on Boss. You know what I'm saying? When that album came out, and man, she pulled up at a little country gas station, man. Ross and his crew pulled up in there, man. Rose, they pulled up in there, man, in their little tour vans or whatever, man. Just pulled up in there, man. Jumped out, pumped gas, man. Bam, just right there. You know what I'm saying? In any particular situation, man, you can come across anybody, man. I was somewhere in the Ham once, man. It's been years ago. I was at the Ham somewhere, man. Rolled up, bam, man. That was Gucci in an orange vet, just right. Bam, just rolled up, bam, niggas right there at the store, in an orange vet. Him and his partners just chilling. So you got to understand, man, you run into people everywhere. And I use that example with the Broad because that's the weirdest place, bro. When I say this place is country, you can't find it if you don't know nobody in there. So I don't know what country town the boys was on their way to, but they was just right there in a country town, man, looking at cows and pastures and things. So you got to keep in mind, man. You got to you got to really, really, really understand, man, that all of these things are things you got to handle. And this is the thing. Until you get to the point where you don't leave home without handling your hygiene, you're not prepared. You're not prepared for the upper echelon of women, bro. Because let me tell you something about the upper echelon of woman. She ain't going to leave home without taking care of her hygiene. Man, she ain't going to leave home without putting her best self together. I don't care if she going to the laundromat. She may not throw on no, man. She may not throw on no, no Balenciaga, none of that. But she gonna be fly, even if she going to the laundromat. When she going to the hair salon, she gonna be fly. She not gonna let you catch her, not on her game, because you know what? She's trying to make sure that she comes across the upper echelon man. She's presentable. That's all you got to be is presentable. She's trying to make sure she comes across an opportunity where somebody wants her to maybe just put her face on a product that she looks the part. This is about looking the part. The only time you're supposed to look like your ass is at home is when you at home, dog. The only time you're supposed to look like you at home is when you at home. That's the real. Chick come to your crib, man, and she looking at him, man, let me tell you something. This is what you got to understand. And I'm going to share a little bit of, I might need to say this one too, but I'm going to give y'all this one, man. Boy, I got some, man, listen, I'm going to drop some gems on y'all, man. Let me tell you something. If a woman come to your crib and it's nasty, or you got more stuff in there need to be in there, it's unkempt, it's unkept, it's uncouth. Somebody put it in the chat. What does that woman know about you when she come to your crib and it ain't well put together? Tell me what she know about you. Anybody. Put in the chat. I'll take about 10 answers, man, before I clarify this one. Tell me what that woman knows about you if she come to your crib and your crib ain't quite right. We'll see. We'll see what kind of alpha information we got in here. What does a woman know about you if your crib ain't quite right, man, when she come through? All right, we got nasty, cluttered mind, lazy, you're a bum broke nigga. Ace Music got it. Nobody else coming through. If a woman come to your crib, man, she know for a fact you ain't got no bad chicks coming through there. You understand? So in her mind, she already figures she probably the best you can do. She automatically she knows she's the best you can do, because any other woman who will come through there, who is above her, is not gonna stay. She's not gonna be in there. She knows that you can't do much better than her. And deep down inside, you know you can't do much better than her. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. If your crib looks like that, brother, it's a subconscious identity crisis with your fucking your self confidence. You understand? You're not even thinking about a presentation or anything. But obviously, if you got a woman through there, you still care about entertaining women. If you got a woman over there who sees that, she knows that you ain't got nobody coming through there, bro. Ain't nobody coming through there, man. And if they is coming through there, they're a scallywag, man. A woman automatically knows, bro. The same thing you know about a chick, man. You go to a chick crib, man, it's filthy, bro. Man, you already know, man, ain't no ballers coming through there. Ain't nobody with no paper coming through there. So you're looking at yourself like, damn, should I stay or should I go? Yeah, I mean, I probably need to bounce. Hey, I'm gonna get on out of here, shawty. You know, that's just the reality of it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the way, you know, perception is all that really matters out here. Perception is the reality of life, brothers. Perception is the reality of life. Because perception is almost always representative of the facts. Period. It's almost always representative of the facts. You can't shy away from perception because people base their perception on what they see, on what you present. And that's the reality of it, man. Another thing is this, man. You got to master your thirsty relationship with social media. And we're going to harp on this one for a little bit on this channel, man, because, you know, like, listen, as you see the name King Ray Ray, man, just because I'm Ray Ray don't mean I ain't a king. As a matter of fact, Ray Ray is more likely to be a king than anybody else. So what I'm telling you, man, is you got to master your thirsty relationship with social media. If you're a man that's liking women's pics just because they post them, there is no worthy man who should just be liking a pic because a woman posted a picture of herself. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's slick enough to act like she working out, you can like a workout pic. If it's a serious workout pic and she really working out, hey man, it's a workout pic. Cool. I'm talking about chicks who just post themselves, who ain't got nothing going on in the background or nothing. They just post themselves, scantily clad. Come on, man. If you falling for thirst traps, then you deserve those women who set the thirst traps. You deserve online thoughts if you fall for thirst traps. You got to master your willingness and your propensity to fall into thirst traps, man. That is not a king thing to do. See, what you got to understand is this: the queen exists, but she only rears her head for a king. The queen exists, but she only rears her head for a king. It's kind of like a woman who's an energy leech. When we talk about the succubus, a woman who's a succubus, she's not a succubus for everyone. She's not. But a woman who's never been a succubus for anyone, if you offer her your energy and put it on a silver platter, it's going to be hard for any woman to resist it, brothers. It's the same way if she put her body on a silver platter. An attractive woman put her body on a silver platter, it's going to be hard for most men to resist. Now, I'm not talking about just some random woman. You turn around the corner, a woman naked on a sofa. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a woman that you're interacting with, a woman that you already want, a woman that you're already engaged with. If a woman puts her body on a silver platter, bro, most men ain't going to turn it down because they already want it. The same way it is with women. They already want your energy. Some women just have never had a man's energy. You know what I'm saying? Some women are the boring women. See, the boring women don't draw. She draws a certain type of man. The boring woman who doesn't do nothing or doesn't go out, she draws a certain type of man. She draws a man who wants a partner. Well, she doesn't draw a man who wants a partner. A man who wants a partner wants a woman who's going to do the things that he does. You understand? A man who wants a helpmeet wants a woman who's the opposite of what he is, who does the opposite of what he does. A woman who wants to stay at home. A woman who is a homebody. But there's a big difference. You see what I'm saying? So your thirsty relationship with social media, man, will ruin any opportunity you have, man, to really try to build anything with a woman that's worthy of building something with. Now, let me stop right there. If you think there are no women who are worthy of building anything with, you might as well go ahead and get on out of here. You know what I'm saying? This stream ain't for you. This channel ain't for you. None of it for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it, man. If you really have to understand, man, that if you're looking at, and I agree with that, man. But you got to think about this, bro. Let's think about the brothers who are clicking like on those pictures, man. You got to be one thirsty brother, man. And listen, bro, man, it be chicks on there, man. People have sent me links to things, man. When I was on IG, people would send me DMs, man, of a whole bunch of things, man. Man, it be chicks on there, man, in a bathroom that's filthy, or in a room that's filthy. Sometimes with a baby in there, and the picture be having like 800 likes, man. You know what I'm saying? 200-300 comments. Dude be in the comments, man, just going bananas, going ham, totally overlooking the filth that's behind that woman. Don't say nothing about the filth, man. Let me tell you something. If I was interested in a woman, once I see the filth, it's a done deal, bro. It's a done deal, man. Because I'm going to tell you like this, man. Whatever you use to get what you want, the more you can get, the more you'll use it. So a woman who can get some attention, man, for posting her pictures, believe me, brother, if you come up with the right fee, man, she'll give you access. And you got to think about, what kind of issue do you have with your outlook on yourself if you view that woman as a viable option for yourself? If you view that woman as a viable option for you, man, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, man. If you got to do something unscrupulous to get a woman, bro, just don't have no woman. At some point, you have to understand that it's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you really have to understand that, man. You got to keep that in mind, bro. You cannot in any way believe that it makes sense for you to be in an environment like that, dealing with a woman like that, man, acting as if that is something to be proud of. And these dudes do it out in the open, man. They don't care. If that's your mindset and you don't care, if you don't care, then you don't deserve to live the life of a king. Because the thing that separates a king from a peasant, the king cares about things that the peasant doesn't even know exist. The king cares about presenting himself in a way that the peasant doesn't even understand. The king presents himself in a positive way that's so far above the peasant's mindset that the peasant views it as negative. These are the type of things we're talking about. Another thing that you have to master is your lack of morality. You have to absolutely master your lack of morality. There's just no other way of putting it. You have to master your morality. Evil energy perpetuation. If you're still a man who puts evil energy out into the world, you're not going to get positive energy back. You're a fool. You're a fool if you're a grown man and you're still putting evil energy out into the world, because at some point you know that's exactly what you get back. Evil energy may get you a couple of dollars, but that's because you love money, and the love of money is the root of all evil. So it gets you a couple of dollars, but when you put that evil energy out into the world, bro, you're going to get that evil energy back. And the thing is, it's not going to come in the way that you expect it to come. It's always going to come in a way that totally knocks your socks off. That's the reality of it, man. You got to master that, because you got to understand this. There are some women out here, man, who are truly gifts to men. Now, we ain't talking about gift in the traditional way, man, like old beta male simp man China. Well, ooh, I love her so much. I love her so much. I love her so much. You know, we ain't talking about that. Oh man, she's the most amazing woman ever, man. I wouldn't trade her for anything. Oh man, I just love her dirty drawers, man. I mean, oh man, we ain't talking about that. If you got a woman that's like that, cool, but that ain't what we're talking about. We're talking about a woman that brings positive energy to your life, man. A woman that God uses in your life. That's what a positive woman is. A woman that God uses in your life. Not a woman that goes to church. Not a woman that don't cuss. Anything that woman didn't do before she met you has no value to you. You don't give a damn about that. How does that benefit you? What benefits you? The only thing that benefits you in life is having people around you. When it comes to people, it's having people around you that God is using for your good. If God is not using them, they're dead weight, or they're detrimental to your process and progress. If she does not add positivity to your life, bruh, you're wasting time, effort, and energy. And that's the reality of it, man. Everything that we're saying right now is true to form, man. It's true to form. You have to watch that evil energy, bro, because this is the thing. As you putting it out a little bit at a time, you're putting it out a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. When it comes back to you, it's gonna be one big snowball. See, you just throwing you throwing little pieces of ice. Take that, world. Take some more. And then they come back at you, man, like an abominable snowman. And it crushes you. It ruins your life when it comes back, bruh. And that's real talk. Another thing that you have to, and this is a big one, you have to master your sexual deviation. You have to master your sexual deviation. Porn, sex toys, whatever you're doing. Depending on where you live, man, prostitution, strippers. You have to master your sexual deviation, man. Until you master your sexual deviation, you're only going to get women that are worthy of a pump and dump. See, let me tell you something. There's a caliber of woman who is not going to be with a long-term pump and dump situation. It doesn't matter who you are. The more you have, the less she's going to be with the long-term strictly pump and dump situation. It takes a low-quality woman, a low-caliber woman. Even if she tells herself, I'm this and I'm that, and all I want from men is sex. Only a low-caliber woman only wants men for sex because only a low-caliber man only wants women for sex. That's just the reality of it. You have to be low caliber. You have to lack moral fiber. You have no moral compass. You have no positive energy. You have no relationship with the Most High. You have none of these things. If all you see women for is sex, you just don't have a very high outlook on yourself. Because when you boil a woman down to nothing but sex, it's worthless. It just doesn't have enough value for me to put it in my life, bruh. It just ain't got enough value for me to put it in my life. If that's all that woman has to offer is sex, if that's all I can see in her, I can't see nothing in her. That's nothing. Because every woman has that. Every woman. There ain't a woman walking the face of the earth unless she was born without a cootie. Who got that, man? Who ain't got that, bro? And that ain't, so, when it's everywhere, let me tell you something. I want y'all to think about it from this perspective. Think about it from this perspective. When you go outside, if you're at work, if you're at home, wherever you are, when you go outside, I want you to think about this. How many millionaires do you think you see every day? How many billionaires do you think you see every day? How many men do you see driving Bugattis? How many men do you even see driving Lamborghinis? Depending on where you are, you may see more, but it's not like you see Lamborghinis like you see Toyota Camrys. You don't see Lamborghinis like you see Dodge Ram trucks. I say that to say this. How many Dodge Chargers do you see? What about Dodge Challengers? Now let's compare the price of a Dodge Charger to a Lambo. But let's go a little bit more American, to a Corvette. Let's compare the price of a Charger to a Corvette. You don't see Corvettes all the time. If you do, they're older models. But you don't see a lot of brand new vests. A lot of them. You know why? Because they're like collector's items. You don't see them everywhere. So if you had one, you would know what it felt like to be driving something that everybody can't have. You got a Dodge Charger, you just got another version of a car that a whole bunch of people got. Now, by comparison, I want you to go out your door and remember that every woman you see has a vagina. Every single one of them you see. No matter what size, no matter what shape, no matter what color, no matter what creed, no matter what professional career, no matter what level of education, no matter what background. Single mothers and married women, hood women and suburban women, they all have a vagina. So how valuable is it when all of them have it? All of them have it. And the crazy thing is, just because she's more attractive than the other woman doesn't mean hers is better. It may mean more to you to say, ooh, she's a much more attractive woman. I'm more excited about this. I'm glad I got her. I feel like I've been rewarded by God because I got some sex from an attractive woman. You may feel like that. But when we get down to the basic feeling of it, it ain't no guarantee that 9 gonna have better sex than that 7. Ain't no guarantees, bruh. And if I had to take my bet, I'd take a bet that the 7 probably got that work. Even though the 9 will be enjoyable simply because she's good to look at. But that 7, probably give you some boy that you be thinking about the next morning when you wake up. So when we think about sexual deviation, it's based on one of the most evil energies known to man. The lust energy is an evil, demonic force, bruh. It is so demonic that it will ruin your life. Nothing. If you've never seen anybody die from AIDS, I seen a chick die from AIDS before, man. I was dealing with this little chick, man, and she had an aunt that when I first met this chick, man, she was her sister was actually going to college, man, and so this aunt was in there, man. Went into the dorm room, man. I'm talking about within an hour and a half, man. Had that boy spick and span from top to bottom. I'm talking about top to. She was running like the road runner. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't fat, but she was kind of stout, bro. And this happened so quick, bro. Within a 1 year period, man. I met her somewhere. I think I met her at her grandma's house, man. And her aunt was there. She had moved in with her grandma. So I was expecting to see the same lady, bro. What I saw was a skeleton with skin on it, bro. I saw a skeleton with skin, bro. And that woman, while she was sitting there, man, looking like a skeleton with skin, she spent about 5 minutes. Me and her one-on-one spent about 5 minutes telling me about how it's always the ones that you don't think have it that have it. And they'll give it to you knowingly. Bro, she got it from a dude that she was with for 5 years, man. Dude had proposed to her and everything, man. She thinking they finna get married, man. That boy know he had it. You understand what I'm saying? So, when you think about it, bro, it's real out here, man. For the punishment for such an evil spirit, for the ultimate punishment for an evil spirit to be that, I tell you all the time about the man I know, man, got his eyes shot out his head. Same thing. Lust. Lust, bro. What makes a man marry a woman who got multiple children by multiple women? Lust, bro. He get caught up in the lust. He gets caught up in the lust and he forgets to think. They call it thinking with your wood and not with your head, but no, you're not thinking with your wood. You're not thinking at all. You're being driven by the lust of your wood, bruh. And that right there is some self-destruction for you. That's some self-destruction for you, bro. Real talk. Elijah Jones II, appreciate $10 super chat, bro. Brother say facts. King's awareness is the healer. Master thyself. As above, so below. Real talk, man. Everything that brother just said. So you gotta keep this in mind, man. And let me tell you something that's crazy. Like, I don't deal with women who have sex toys. The moment I find out, man, a woman got a sex toy, bro, I'm done. I'm not touching a woman who got a sex toy, man. Because I know that the evil energy of lust has engulfed her. Has engulfed her, bruh. I don't want, man, let me tell you something. Most men get evil energy from the women in their lives. Most men get evil energy by inviting it into their lives through the women that they deal with. Most men do. Not some men, most men do. Why do you think a man becomes a lesser version of himself when he marries a woman? When a man legally marries a woman, he becomes a lesser version of himself because that energy, that feminine energy has jumped on him like a monkey on his back, dog. So that sexual deviation, porn, sex toys, etc., all that strippers, man, you got to master that stuff. How does a man who got a woman go to the strip club? Some of these do go to the strip club with their woman. Come on, man. At some point, man, we as black men have to understand, bro, that we can't live like everybody else. We got to understand that. We can't live like everybody else. Another thing, man, that you got to overcome, man, is laziness. You got to overcome laziness, bro. If you can't get up and get it for yourself, come on, bro. Because this is what you have to understand. If you don't overcome your laziness, if you're lazy by nature, having a woman in your life that you enjoy being around is going to make you lazier. It's going to make you lazier until you master your laziness. Once you master your laziness, and then you have a woman around you that you enjoy being around, it's going to make you work harder because you're afraid to be lazy. You're afraid to fall off. If you're lazy, you're looking for a reason to fall off. See, if you're a lazy man, you're going to make a woman lazy because a woman will give up. A woman get around the right man, bro. She'll take some time off. She'll start slacking on her business, bro. Whatever she's doing, she'll start slacking on it. And if you're a lazy man, then you're going to be a detriment to that woman. Let me tell you something, bro. You're going to be a detriment to that woman's life. The worst thing you could be as a man, is a detriment to a woman's well-being. Look, you can't believe she the weaker vessel. You can't believe you're a king. You can't believe you're a boss. You can't believe you dominant. You can't believe you alpha. You can't believe you select. You can't believe you the fucking done. You can't believe that a woman's supposed to follow your lead and you rule over her. But then not accept the fact that if you're gonna be detrimental to her very existence, bro, you're incubus. You're a satanic force in a woman's life. And laziness is one of those things. Hey man, Book of Proverbs talk all the time about the sluggard. It tell you pay attention to the ant. It tells you a lot of things about being a sluggard, being a slacker, being lazy, man, not being about your business, not being on your grind, not taking care of your thing. To see, laziness keeps you from taking care of your hygiene. Because you're like, oh, well, I ain't going nowhere today. I just feel like laying around. Bam. Get an opportunity to go somewhere. Hey, man, we're going to be there in 5 minutes to pick you up. We got to hurry up and go. You can't go because you ain't, or you're going to go even with worse hygiene. You're going to go somewhere around people with bad hygiene. Let me tell you something. The worst thing in the world, man, is to go in a room full of people, everybody dressed up, and somebody in there stinks. Somebody just smell like butt crack. You know how lazy you got to be, man, to go somewhere in public, man, and there's other people around, man, you smell like butt crack, dog. I'm talking about literally. Think about that. You in a public place, man, you smell like butt crack, dog. Which means you ain't wash your butt in probably a day or 2, maybe 3. But how many times you'd have been somewhere and smelled somebody like that? You go somewhere and may smell somebody musty. Somebody come in the gym musty. They ain't even been in the gym long. They come in there soon, they start working out, they musty. They came there musty. How you gonna go in a public place where people around you, man, you ain't take care of your hygiene? It's laziness. Well, I don't want to take a shower before I go to the gym, even though you know you didn't take a shower in 2 days. I'm just going to go work out. I'm finna work out anyway, so I don't want to go and take a shower, then come back and take a shower. Take 2. Primal Fitness, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. So that laziness, man, let me tell you something. If you can't overcome your laziness, bro, you don't deserve a beautiful woman. You don't deserve a quality woman if you can't overcome your laziness. Because this is the thing, you're not maximizing your own time, so you damn sure ain't gonna maximize hers. A woman is meant to be a tool in your life, dog. A tool, not something for you to take advantage of and use and abuse. This thing about this: if you go and spend $500 on a table saw, you're not gonna take that table saw and let's say you're out in the backyard and you couldn't. It feel good outside. You don't want to be in the tool shed. So you out there cutting. You ain't in the workshop. You out there cutting. All of a sudden, it start raining. You're going to take all the wood you was cutting inside. You're going to take the bench inside. You're going to leave the table saw. You're going to leave the $500 table saw out there in the yard in the rain, right? Hell no. You're going to get the table saw out the rain first. It's going to be the first thing you get out of there. Because men prize their tools. Your tools are what you build with. And until you start looking at women like a tool, you're going to ever be dealing with scallywag women that don't bring no value to your life but sex. And any man who perpetuates the idea that having women for nothing more than sex is a beta male simple angina. And that's the truth. Another thing you got to overcome, man, is indecisiveness. You have to overcome indecisiveness. You ain't got time to be indecisive, bro, because decisions are made on a split-second notice. You got to get into the habit of making the decision right now. Good or bad, it don't matter. See, let me tell you something. Whether you take a day to make the decision or you take a week to make the decision. No matter how long you think, it could still be the wrong decision, or it could still be the right decision. So procrastinating and being indecisive or flip-flopping back and forth, hey man, listen, if you say yes, that could be wrong. So you say no, but guess what? Yes could have been right, no could be wrong. Indecisiveness doesn't benefit you at all, bruh. Because this is the thing. If you make a quick decision as soon as you feel comfortable with the decision, make the decision. And then if the decision isn't right, you can always reverse field and try to repair the situation or go another route. But the longer you take, let's say you got a 10-day deadline to make a decision and you make the decision on the ninth day. Well, damn, you realize that ain't a decision that should have been made. But guess what? It's the ninth day. You got to roll with that decision now. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to be indecisive, then you have to be willing to accept the consequences of making your decisions. And you got to accept them anyway. Whether you make it quick or take a long time, man, stop being indecisive, man. Stop flip-flopping back and forth on everything. It's kind of like, man, I got some brothers right now, man. For 5 days, they in the comments, BOA, man, you really be giving it up. Man, you've changed my life a lot. Man, I tell you what, brother, you are being used by the Most High. Brother BOA, man, I ain't got nothing but love for you, brother. Hey, BOA, man, I tell you, man, I turned some of my boys on to you, bro. They ain't ready for it. Then that 5th day come around, BOA, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe, man. I don't agree with you on that. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe, man. I can't handle that. Now, I don't agree with that at all, man. I got to go my own way now, bro. I can't agree with that. Unsubscribe. 3 days later, Joker back in the comments again. Oh yeah, BOA, man. Yeah, man, I tell you, boy, you sure know, you sure know what you're talking about. I be like, man, this dude crazy. Dude nuts. But if that's how you are on here, that's how you are in real life, man. That's how you are in real life. And if that's your thing, man, cool. Do your thing, bro. But what I'm saying is, how does it benefit you? How does being indecisive benefit your life? Find me one man that can tell you being indecisive has benefited his life. And I'll change my tune and say to hell with it. Let's all be indecisive. Let's just all be indecisive. Man, it don't benefit you. Another thing you have to gain control of and master is your lack of willpower. Hey man, if you ain't got no willpower, then you're not going to be on your health and wellness. You're not going to be managing your money right. You're going to have poor hygiene. You're not going to be able to master your thirst relationship with social media. You're not going to really worry about morality and evil energy perpetuation. Your sexual deviation is going to be at an all-time high. You're going to continue to be lazy and you're going to continue to be indecisive, all because you lack willpower. If you don't have willpower, nothing else in your life matters, bro. To be honest with you, because all willpower is sticking to your guns, even when they start shooting back. You understand? If you shooting 20 and 44s, which is revolver, boom, 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 you shooting them. Even if they shooting back Uzis, you know what you keep doing? Keep shooting your 44s. Blue, blue, blue. You got to keep shooting. Reload them again. Blue, blue, blue. You go through a box of bullets. You just keep shooting your 44 because that's what you got. You can only stick with your guns. If they shooting Uzis and you got 44s, it don't matter. Ain't nothing you can do. What you gonna do? Stop shooting? You gotta keep shooting. Stick to your guns, bruh. That's all willpower is. Stick to your gun. Man, I don't feel like going to the gym today, man. But you got a goal though, dog, right? You got a goal, right? So how is not going to the gym gonna help your goal? If you got a goal and you got a deadline, guess what? Every day you skip out on what you're supposed to do, it's going to push your deadline further back. You'll never meet a deadline. You'll never get anything done on time if you lack willpower. As a man, you have to control your willpower, bruh. Lacking willpower is a feminine thing. There are men who don't have the willpower to leave a woman that's treating them like a dog. That's a feminine thing. There are plenty of women who can't leave a man who treat them bad. But if a man can't leave a woman who treat him bad, bro, how are you getting treated anyway by a woman? That's another term we're going to stop using. A woman don't treat me any kind of way. She treat me to a good meal. She treat me to some good brain. She treat me to some good leg. But she don't treat me no kind of way. A woman don't treat me good or bad. She ain't got no power to treat me no kind of way. So first of all, if you got a woman treating you any kind of way, a woman can't treat me like a king. A woman can behave like she's in the presence of a king. She can't treat me no kind of way. She acts and behaves like she's in the presence of royalty. And if she can't do that, then she'll be out of my presence. It don't matter to me, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. One thing I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't got to have no woman. I ain't got to have no woman, bro. There's a lot of things I got to have. I got to have money. I got to have water. I got to have food. I got to have clothes. I got to have a roof over my head. I got to have a whip, a dependable whip to drive, man. I got to have somewhere I can go fishing. I got to have that. But one thing I ain't got, I got to have some Wi-Fi so I can put this content up. A bunch of things I got to have, but a woman ain't one of them. I ain't got to have a woman, brother.